Hello friends, I wanted to post this to say hi, show off my Colombian volteado hat, the beach hat, but it's handmade and it has the Colombian flag colors. I'm very proud of it. Why? I wanted to share a couple of things. First, recommend that if you are feeling a little down, a little bit on the depressive side, step outside, especially now that the sun has come out. It's very, very good for you, for your immune system, to absorb vitamin D. Now that we've been told to stay home, it's very easy to get in the doldrums and sit down and watch TV and forget life outside. Yeah, we've been asked to distance socially, and that's the smart thing to do right now, but take care of yourselves. And so there's nobody here. I'm in the backyard, and if you don't have a backyard, you may have a balcony, you may have a front door. Just step outside, get some sun. Is good for you. It's good for your immune system. The vitamin D is also an antidepressant, and it helps you. You'll feel better. As soon as you step into the sun, you'll feel better. That's one thing. So there's a second thing. I wanted to record this kind of video blog to thank you, first of all, for your help with my son's campaign. And I wanted to explain both for those who are helping and those who are maybe on the fence, and those who maybe didn't even know what I'm talking about. My son, Will Knight, is running for office in Maricopa County in Arizona. He is running for Maricopa County Attorney. This is the Chief Justice Enforcement Officer in the county. That's what he's going for, Chief Law Enforcement Officer, but we're calling it a Chief Justice Enforcement Office. Why? The reason is this, and the reason he's running, the reason I'm supporting him, not because he's my son. He's done many things in his life, and I haven't spent that much time supporting his specific projects because they have their own lives and I support them. But this is important because he's doing it for the right reasons, and it is important to all of us. So one thing, Maricopa County is the single most incarcerated county in the country. And 60 to 70% of its incarcerated population is Hispanic, Latin, Latinx, Black. So it's all made up of brown and Black people. That's one problem. The other problem is that in this country, the United States, is the single most incarcerated country in the world. The rate of incarceration in this country is ridiculous. Now, your state may not have this problem. Many states have this problem, and that is prisons for profit. Prisons for profit are prisons that make money for investors. They are businesses. And as you know, when you own a business, you have to have a product, and you have to maintain your eye, or close eye on expenses. So what is the product of a prison? The prisoners. That's how they make money. And how do you reduce the cost? By treating the prisoners in the cheapest way possible so that you can maximize your profit. A business aims at profitability. Now, that is an unconscionable way, in my opinion, to make money. That is worse than slavery, or pretty much right up there. And in this day and age, in 21st century, we have people making money out of imprisoning others. And it's not because they're Black or brown. It's not because of that. It's because, to me, it is something that is shameless in our society to allow to happen. And so that's one of the areas of platform for my son. Other areas are that the budget is so lopsided that the money is not going to education that should be going to education, because it's going to incarcerating people and to the cost per prisoner for incarcerating people for very, very minor offenses that should be being treated either medically or with some kind of rehabilitation program. So there is a balancing the budget issue. There is a excessive incarceration issue. There's another issue of repairing relations, community relations, because all of this causes a rift between the authorities, the law enforcement community, and the people at large. And so it is important that people view the law enforcement people as there to help, not as their enemy and not as a threat, because it makes their job harder and less safe. So all of these points are covered in his platform, and I invite you to check it out at www KNIGHT, that's KNIGHT 2020.com, and click if you want to help me now. We have 2 weeks, it's the end of the month, it's a very tight deadline, and because of the virus, all of the fundraising, all the campaign events have been canceled. He needs to stay in this race for us, for all of us. One last bit of information: Will was very important to the marriage equality movement and what happened and how it happened. But you have to start somewhere. So they started in Arizona, and then other states joined, and pretty much at some point it became a national, a national cry, and it became law. Marriage equality for LGBTQ community to have equal rights. It's all about equal rights. So now this campaign is about him running for office for real justice reform. So that's what it's about. I care about it personally because it affected my life. It affected our lives many moons ago, over 3 decades ago. But